Hey there, Veteran Nation fans. Now it's the Christmas season, and right now what we're doing is we're doing a very popular Christmas tradition, and that is making mulled wine. Mulled wine is it's a traditional drink that's served warm that encourages everyone to drink and be merry and stay warm, and it's just one of those things, and it's kind of like a sangria. Now what I have right now is I have some wine in there. I have about half or a little bit under half a bottle. Normally the recipe that I'll put in here actually calls for a full 750 milliliter bottle, but I'm only making just enough for me. I'm not going to be pouring it all out because this is a festive drink. This is supposed to be, for a group of people. So I've got that right now. It's on there. It's getting warmer, and you want to throw some spices and stuff in there. Let me grab some of my stuff that I have. So this one. The recipe also calls for brandy. Now this is my apple brandy. You guys have seen me use this before when I made the Applejack. The reason I'm using the apple brandy is because this has to have a sweet flavor to it. So I'm really trying to get that sweet flavor. So that's why I'm using the apple brandy vice the normal French brandy that I generally use. So let me go ahead and we'll pour. So I'm only putting 2 shots in here because this is only going to make about 2, maybe 3 drinks. So you want to get just a little bit, just a little taste. This is going to give it some flavor. The wine that I'm using is white Zinfandel, but you can actually use any type of box that you prefer, whichever one you like the most. People sometimes use Cabernet, some people use Sangria. It's whatever works best for you. The next thing that I'm going to put in here is you want to sweeten this wine. Now I'm going to use 2 things. I'm going to use honey and sugar. A little bit of both. I like the flavor of the honey, but that can also get a little bit overpowering, so I'm going to actually just put some sugar in there too. So here's what we're going to do. I'm just going to do 2 tablespoons of sugar. As it heats up, spill a little bit of sugar, that's okay. At the end of the day, it's just sugar. Now we're gonna stir this up. It's heating. This is heating as we're going. So there we go. All right, get that all in there. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some of this great honey, and I need more honey. I'm running out. This is great California honey. Now, some people use maple syrup. That's fine if that's what you're going to use to give it that sweet flavor. I like the natural taste of honey. I think the honey works well with the next thing I'm going to put in there, which is a fresh orange. Now, you can also save the orange as a garnish. Now, what I like to do is I also like to squeeze the oranges before I put it all in there. Don't need part of the peel. I like to give them a quick squeeze. Just gets the juices from the orange in there. And you notice, so now we have all these sweet flavors in there. We've got a little bit of apple from the brandy, we've got the sugar, we've got the honey, and we've got the orange. So this is heating up. We want to bring this to a simmer. The next 2 things I'm gonna put in here. This is cloves. Now I am putting whole cloves in there, if I can get these things open. So we got our cloves open, so I'm gonna put some of these cloves in there. They have that, they get that strong clove taste to them. And that's why I like doing things. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. It's starting to simmer more than what I want, but this is starting to smell great. Really starting to smell great. So we've added the cloves to it. Now, I've got some anise seeds. It calls for a full star of them. I don't have any, and they didn't have any at the store, so I'm just going to use the seeds. But this will be a good, another good spice that we're putting in here. A lot of people like a lot of spices in there. Mulled wine. I will do some. I will definitely do some. All right. Ooh, this smells so good. And the last thing that I have here is I have my cinnamon sticks. And that'll be the next thing. So I'm gonna let these just warm up here. Now the cinnamon I'm not gonna put in until I actually pour my drink. And you wanna make sure that this is a warm drink. You wanna make sure you have something that's able to take a warm drink. Ooh, this smells very, very good. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause this, keep cooking this. You want this to be on here just underneath the simmer, and you want it to get everything mixed. You want that sugar to get all taken up in it. And really it's like 10 to 20 minutes. As you see, I've had this on the thing just a couple minutes, and you know, everything's mixing really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll jump ahead and you guys can see the finished product. Okay, you can see that it has a really good simmer going. I keep turning it down, keep stirring it. You want this to cook on low. You can do this in a crock pot. One thing I do recommend is adding in a little bit of cinnamon and ginger. You can whisk those in. Those are really good holiday spices. Some people do nutmeg as well. Just, you know, you got to play around with it. This is like a sangria. It's whatever you think will taste the best. So we have that here. Now let me go ahead and put it into our cup. So there we go. We have that. And I am just gonna pour this. Well, here, let me turn off my stove top. Let that start cooling. Just very slowly. Hold back a lot of these things, but you can throw them all in there. Like I see, I just lost a clove in there. You can let them go in, and you can add all of this stuff as a garnish. But there we go. So that is gonna be good. What I like to garnish with is a cinnamon stick. I think those are just great for this. I got my my music in the back. Just trying to be as festive as possible with this. This thing will not come off. Come on. I have to remind myself to start like making sure these things are open before I start recording. So there we go. I got my cinnamon stick in there. And all right, so I've got my mulled wine. It's still steaming. Got my cinnamon stick in here. Gonna give this a little bit of a stir. Ooh, it is hot. Ooh, that is good. It just picks up so many of those great those great Christmas flavors. Some people do, like I said, they'll put cranberries in this, they'll put nutmeg. They're just all of those Christmas flavors you want to put them in. But this is something that, you know, if you're going to be outside for a while, like you guys might see in the coming weeks, we might be at my parents' house playing hockey and stuff out on the lake. Like, this is something great for the adults to keep you feeling warm. But yeah, there you go. That's mulled wine, veteranation style. Cheers, and as always, thank you for being worth serving.